fantastic.
But the homestead exemption has been cut this year, what it was last year, because of the 1 cent sales tax statewide. They figured it that you get a better deal by doing that than you would. But anyway, you still get some exemptions.
Right.
But I've always said, Greg, if you have a question about your taxes and you look at it, you find out about it, because you might be surprised. You might just be.
They need to call or come by. Now, obviously, we're promoting 488-3463. But if a viewer wants to know more and is concerned about what the assessor has put together and what you've mailed out, what's a good phone number that someone could call to ask some frequently asked questions that you may get? What's a good number in Conway?
915.
Okay.
5000.
915-5000. That's pretty easy. Even at 7 a.m. Yeah. 915-5000.
And you ask for the assessor's office.
Yeah.
Or the auditor's office.
Great.
Or the treasurer's office.
Or the treasurer's office.
And they will connect you.
Of course, the big number for folks to call today, and they can leave a message, 488-3463. And the great thing is, for our viewers in the PD and southeastern North Carolina who may want to come down on a Monday night, 6:30 is the kickoff, enjoy a special evening, even stay there at the Sheraton. They can get a great deal there. The Sheraton's got some opportunities. They need to call 488-3463 right now.
The Sheraton, they do a jam-up job for us every year, Greg. They have been so kind to us and so cooperative with us and helpful in any way they can, and we really appreciate that too.
I've got to highlight real quick. I'm just going to read the names of some of these confirmed restaurants for Monday night's event because it highlights the tremendous experience. These folks are donating their chefs. They're donating some of the support staff. They're donating the food to be out there to give a chance to really make a difference in fighting prematurity in babies. Abuelo's Mexican Food Embassy right next door here to Dick's Sporting Good and Coastal Grand Mall. Black Tie down there on Main Street. Great location. Divine Dining Group. Boy, they do it all. E-Noodles and Company. Fire Island Tropical Bar and Grill. Folks can come out. They buy the tickets, have an opportunity to experience all these foods. Flavors Catering, Grand Dunes Group, all the restaurants within the Grand Dunes. Greg Norman's Australian Grill, Horry Georgetown Technical College. Of course, their amazing operation out on both the Conway and Grand Strand campuses. Isla Mirada Fish Company, Rio's Brazilian Steakhouse, and 4 more. Sea Blue Tapas Restaurant and Bar. You're getting hungry here at 7 a.m. just hearing all this, Lois. I can see it. You're leaning forward. Sweetgrass Catering, the Melting Pot didn't have a big enough breakfast. We got to get you out of here. Thoroughbreds Chop House and Seafood Grill. These folks are really making the commitment, and probably others that'll sign up even now just to be out there to get that exposure of having their chefs in front of 400, 500, 600 people, even more out at the Sheraton who can be there. It's a great opportunity. But folks need to get out, and it's black tie optional, so folks can come. One of our folks is going to be wearing his jacket that has a similar logo to this, Herald Real Estate. Our broker in charge for the online real estate company is going to be coming out on Monday night. Kent Strobel from Conway. We're excited. But a lot of folks have never been to the chef's auction, Lois. Why should...
You have missed a great treat. Not only will you have food that you have never tasted before, it's wonderful.
Right.
And not only will you have a wonderful time, and girls, this gives you a chance to put on that dress that you've been wanting to wear to a fancy. If you want to wear fancy, you can wear a short dress or a long dress.
Say that again, Lois, particularly the single girls out there.
Yes, it'll give you girls, it'll give you a chance to dress up. Not often do you get dressed up. You know, you buy those dresses and you use them one time and you want to throw them away. Pull them out and come on to the chef's office.
Yes, make a donation to the March of Dimes.
Yes. And then you'll have, but the main thing is we'll be helping babies.
Right.
That's our main focus. I want to tell you, I donated one year a dinner for 12 people. It was Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
With the dressing and all. And Greg Everett bid, and it was the highest bidder.
I did.
And it was supposed to be.
And spent a lot on that, Lois.
He did that because he didn't want to make me look bad.
No, there were a lot of people bidding for it. No, not at all. A lot of people bidding high on that.
So I ended up taking it to your house, carried it 3 stories up.
Right.
And we had the best time.
Big crowd. The folks are still talking about that. Brad and Miriam Dean still talking about it. Maria Elias Williams, Jay Bolts, the attorney.
Yeah.
Folks are still thinking about that meal. Now, did you donate that again this year, Lois?
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, because you're not chairing it this year.
But I'll tell you what, I'll fix one for you.
Really? Good. Well, of course, Joe Fisher's going to be in town, the former executive director of the PD division, for the event on Monday night. Folks who haven't seen her in 6 months and she stepped into retirement in Sumter can come out and see her on Monday night. That's a good reason to buy a ticket. Of course, Crystal, who's working so hard, and Colleen Shanley working so hard, both of them, to make a difference in the fight against prematurity every day and all birth defects. They'll be out there working hard, and a lot of volunteers, Lois. Roddy Dickinson and his staff.
We have a tremendous. Well, you could not do this event as big as it is without volunteers.
Right.
And see, the volunteers have to come now. We have to set up.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and we'll be setting up on Sunday night, or Sunday afternoon, and then Monday all day long we'll be setting up.
Right.
And you know what to say. What goes up must come down.
Must come down. So got to take it down that night and the next day.
That's right.
Myra Starnes donating a lot of her.
She is wonderful.
Yeah.
Myra, we couldn't do without Myra.
Right.
She is so talented when it comes to, planning something like in the theme.
Yeah.
She has all the little extras that needs to make.
Oh
it come.
yeah.
She's wonderful. She's just great.
She was with us on, I got to say, Lois, since you're a politician at some level, an elected official, she was with us on Wednesday, and she was highlighting that she has these 24-foot long screws that you can blow up, and she decided if any politician ever screwed her, she was going to blow them up and hang them over their office for a month and get on CNN and highlight it. That's what she said.
She probably would, too.
She said she can get some national interest in that by highlighting folks. She's an amazing gal.
She really is.
She is. I've got to highlight some of these live auction items, Lois. Some of these are incredible. His and Hers auction item, in addition to many of the chef's packages that folks can get. A Night of Royalty from Divine Dining Group, The Feast from Rio's Mickey Mouse, a big trip down to Disney World. These are things that folks can only get if they're out on Monday night at the chef's auction. Right. They don't have opportunities to put these things together. The restaurants don't offer them to anyone other than the March of Dimes and some of the other great charity groups. Are you ready for some football? Big experience up at the Carolina Panthers, and of course the USC Gamecocks have offered some donations.
Oh, by the way, we go have one of the live auctions. We have got Graham's Golf Company donated a golf cart with the Gamecock colors.
Is that right?
Yes,
Tremendous. You're giving a plug in for those Gamecocks, Lois. Yes. And you're sitting almost in a Gamecock chair there.
I just noticed that.
Lazy Boy went all out to hook us up at 7 a.m. here. And, of course, Coastal Grand Mall. What about this place?
I'm telling you.
It goes on and on.
And it sure does. And they're expanding now.
Yeah. You see all the work they're doing here at Old Navy. Getting that place ready for much of what they've got. These Caribbean cruises, and every driveway should have one. That's what you were talking about. Grand Dunes Resorts donating, and obviously Isla Mirada and so many others really deciding that the cause. You talked about the neonatal intensive care unit, Lois. You could almost end the interview on that.
Well, it
because
is.
It's such, as you said.
And when you go into that unit in McLeod's Hospital, and you see all those units there and lined up in line, and these little tiny, you can't hardly see them for all the tubes that's running in them, and then the parents there just looking at them and can't even hold them, cannot even hold them. And then you look and you say, you know what? I had a part in that child surviving because I participated with the March of Dimes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And every dollar counts.
Yes, and I only 10% goes for administration. 90% goes to March of Dimes.
90 cents of every dollar goes straight into research, education. So many things have to happen on the research side. You know, we wouldn't have thought of that polio could ever be cured. Go March of Dimes. Without the March of Dimes, it may not have been.
Polio was eradicated, and not one dime of federal money was placed in that. It was through the March of Dimes.
That's amazing. And many other birth defects that are being recognized and treated and cured thanks to the March of Dimes. Every dollar counts. Every dime back then, every dime even counts now.
And whenever a baby is born, a healthy baby, whenever every baby is born in South Carolina, through the March of Dimes efforts, they get 29, I believe it's either 27 or 29 different tests to see if they're going to be healthy 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever.
Right.
And it's just, March of Dimes is just a wonderful. I've been working with them volunteering for about 40 years.
Wow, Lois.
Very good.
In addition to that, Ty, and of course, as a mother yourself, you know
yes.
the importance of healthy births.
I sure did. I had a set of twins, and one weighed 4'7" and 4'3", so that's...
So they were even premature.
They were premature too.
Wow. What was that like for you, Lois?
It was like we used handkerchiefs for diapers, and nothing fit them. It was little. Their arms was about like that, you know, and
wow.
it was a very humbling experience. At that time, they had to have what we call, the doctors at that time called a break feeder, and it had a bulb on the end of it, and I had to pump the milk into them because the doctors was afraid that it was so tiny they would have a heart, would have a heart problem. And we didn't have, the March of Dimes did not have the what they have today. And so, but it all worked out. Me and my husband, we just took care of them.
You did it, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, Lois.
Oh,
thank you,
Greg. Always wonderful to be with you.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
That's
see you on Monday.
Yeah, we'll see you on Monday night. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with the Honorable Lois Eargle coming up next. 50% of premature births happen for unknown reasons. Anyone's baby could be next. It could be yours. It could be a loved one's. It could be your mother's. It could be your sisters, your aunts, even your daughters. You can make a difference. The March of Dimes is one of the best places to make a difference. Come out Monday night. Even if you can't be out on Monday night, call the March of Dimes, get their address, send them a check, go online, find some way to make a difference. marchofdimes.com, or more importantly, 843-488-3463. That's 843-488-DIME. You heard Lois talk about 1 in 8 babies born prematurely. In South Carolina, that's 168 babies every single week born prematurely. Make a difference. Step out to support the March of Dimes. These 15 restaurants and restaurant groups are doing it along with their chefs and their support staff on Monday night. Get out, 6:30, the Sheridan Convention Center Hotel. Tremendous sponsors, tremendous donors, tremendous volunteers. Make a difference, helping the fight to save babies.